umemuona. So therefore if you divert, your way is ensured and you perish into everlasting. Na isifanyike hivyo kwako likirenterevelia when Christ is there. Let Christ reign in you. In Colossians 2, Wakolosai 2 mstari wa 20 hadi 23, Biblia inasema therefore, if you died with Christ from the basic principles of the world, why are still living in the world? Do you subject yourselves to regulations? Do not touch, do not taste. Venye dini za binadamu zinasema, do not handle, which all concern things which perish with the using according to the commandments and doctrines of men. These things indeed have an appearance of wisdom in self-imposed religion. Inakaa ni kama imani mzuri kulingana na dini za kibinadamu. False humility, unaanza kunyenyekea malaika na wanadamu wengine, and neglect of the body, but are of no value against the indulgence of the flesh. Haina manufaa yoyote. Ndio unafanya hivyo ujifurahishe. Sisi tunataka kuombea mahali fulani, tunafanya all those things that you do by when you are self-led, not Christ-led, you are diverting to the worldly doctrines. You should listen to the Holy Spirit and walk in the Spirit. Biblia inasema in the book of Jude, praying always in the Spirit. So therefore in all supplications you pray in the Spirit. So therefore you are not your own, because ukianza kuomba umefufuka. How does can a dead man ukienda kuzika mtu amekufa usikie if a dead man cannot pray, so you can't pray. So therefore you let Christ pray. Na niaje naweza omba kama Roho Mtakatifu hajaanza kunena kwa dimi? Because if you are in the Spirit, revelia, you shall know, oh, it is the Holy Spirit who is praying. But nitajuaje ninaomba kwa roho wakati sina hiyo kipaji ya kuongea kwa dimi? You just get, when you are prepared that Christ is formed in you, unaenda unajielekeza kwake, unasimama, tuseme unaombea kitu fulani, you just stand there and you don't speak anything, you let him speak. Ndio mdomo inataka kuongea, but let him rabokanta, ataanza kunena yeye mwenye, and he will manifest, and thereby you grow in him. Utajuaga nikijiachilia huomba, and whatever the Holy Spirit will say. Remember, tulisoma ya kwamba in the book of Isaiah, he will speak to them with a stammering tongue and another tongue. The stammering tongue, rabashintaraventelekelia, and another tongue, rebekentelevelia, Mungu wangu rabashinkarakelia, tunakuomba leke. Unaona, so he will speak with another tongue and the stammering tongue. Hivyo basi, jiachilie kama uko na stammering tongue and kama uko na the other tongue. He is still the Holy Spirit speak. Ni yeye tu with the stammering tongue na ni yeye tu with the other tongue. Nadhani tunaelewana. Utaenda usome how we hear from God, venye how we hear God communicating through us. Kuna hiyo topic tuliwaisoma. So tuendelee. So therefore don't subject yourself to other regulations in the men imposed doctrines, humbling yourself, honoring days, honoring all those. You should let Christ reign in you. He is the author and the finisher of your faith. You don't belong to yourself. You are bought for a price. So therefore you submit unto Christ entirely. In Romans 6, Warumi 6:16 hadi 18, Biblia inasema, so how do we overcome the worldly doctrine? In Hebrews 2, tuanze hapo. In Hebrews 2 verse 1, Biblia inasema, therefore we must give the more earnest heed to the things we have learned, lest we drift away. And knowing from whom you learned them from, you give heed to whatever the Holy Spirit is teaching you. You don't divert. Sio kwenda kusikiza mhubiri fulani anakupotosha chenye Roho Mtakatifu ashakufunza tayari. They are the enemies of the cross, diverting everybody into false doctrines and everything. So therefore look the spirit behind. Check on the otherwise, if you lead every denomination's doctrine, utakuwa wazimu, because all those spirits unahamahama kanisa, unatoka kwa hii, unatoka kwa hii. The evil spirits in that church zitakushika, utoke kwa the evil spirits in another denomination. Finally unajipata you are mad already, because every spirit is screaming you. So therefore you are tormented by those spirits and you die. Ni kama venye unaweza amua kufanya theology ya kanisa zote. If you do that, you become mad, because every spirit will haunt you. Nadhani tunaelewa, hata maybe huwezi maliza kabla hujakufa. In Romans 6:16-18, Biblia inasema, because you don't know what to take. Umekula chakula mingi, even in digestion, if you partake a lot of food, your snacks, everything, itakuharibikia. So in a similar manner, you partake everything and your spirit is condemned and you are tired. In Romans 6 verse 16 to 18, Biblia inasema, do you not know that to whom you present yourselves slaves to obey, you are that one slaves? That one slaves whom you obey, whether of sin leading to death or of obedience leading to righteousness. But God be thanked that though you were slaves of sin, yet you obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine to which you are delivered. And having been set free from sin, you become slaves of righteousness. Yeah. How do we become slaves of righteousness? We let Christ be formed in us, and we now no longer live, but Christ liveth in us. So therefore we let him be the one to work in us. Ina maana gani? Ina maana ya kwamba in this life mwenye unajikita uwe mtumwa wake ndiye anakuongoza. Mimi sitakagi mtu pastor anione, we pastor, sitaki pastor. Unaona pastor wetu wako pale. So therefore you are answerable to your pastor. So utakagi kukosea pastor wenu, unajua nani alituambia hivi, so sitaki kumwambia hivi. Unaona? So therefore you are abiding to the world and you are answerable to men. They are your boss ladies and your boss men. So therefore you are answerable, always adoring them. So you are slave to them. Unakuwa mtumwa wao. Lakini jua ya kwamba kunao pia wako chini ya roho chafu. They are already possessed by the evil spirit. They are devil worshippers. Yet wangetaka kutoka kwa hiyo mikakati. But look, everybody akona ground ya kuruka onto Jesus, including mwenye amekuwa possessed. Kumbuka mwenye alikuwa anaitwa Legion. Aliona Yesu akakuja kwake. So even you also who is demonic possessed, you can let Christ be formed in you. Juu amekuachia hiyo nafasi. Utake Yesu aingie ndani yako. Ningependa Yesu uniokoe. Na ndio Yesu hatataka ukufe. Those spirits, they won't kill you until you are delivered. Yesu mwenyewe atakuonyesha njia uzima wa milele, and you get out of that custody of devil worshiping and such things. And those spirits will be normal. Kwa maana kwa njia 7, kumbuka mwanamke mwenye alikuwa amejawa na 7 spirit, alikuwa na pepo 7. All the realms, the realms symbolize the 7 entrances in human heart. Kwa maana kwa njia 7 shetani anaweza ingia ndani yako. So kwa njia zote 7 huo mwanamke alikuwa tormented, but kwa njia zote 7 Yesu alimdeliver. So you also, you shall be delivered. The 7 ways the darkness is covering you in, jua ya kwamba Yesu atakuokoa. So look unto Jesus, whether demon possessed. Don't become a slave of evil spirit or as answerable to any man. You are answerable unto Christ. So therefore chenye Roho Mtakatifu amesema kama mtu ako na shida nayo, let him fight Christ, not I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. So therefore don't subject yourself to anyone as to rule in you other than Christ himself. Let Christ himself reign in you perfectly, so that you get out of the worldly doctrines. And in conclusion, 1 Timothy 4:14 to 16, Biblia inasema, we have a calling to grow up and rise in Christ doctrine. In 1 Timothy 4:14, waraka wa Timotheo wa kwanza 4 mstari wa 14 hadi 16, Biblia inasema, do not neglect the gift that is in you, which was given to you by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the eldership. Meditate on these things, give yourself entirely to them, that your progress may be evident to all. Take heed to yourself and to the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this you will save both yourself and those who hear you. Yeah, kuna wenye wanasema mimi sina kipaji ya Roho Mtakatifu, but you have to let the Holy Spirit be in you. Who comes with the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Gifts za Roho Mtakatifu zinatokaga wapi? Niye hukuja nazo. So unaachilia hudumu. So unajipata mwenye anasema mimi niko na kipaji moja. Okay, tuanze kwa mwenye